Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to get on here again and talk about something different this time. We're going to talk about the Hyaluron pen, what it is, what it's for. So, if you guys don't know, the Hyaluron pen is for dermal injections. You can also use it for other things such as mesotherapy and also vitamin cocktails and serums that you want to inject under the skin. You can also use it for fat dissolvers, which is literally exactly what it's the name. It dissolves your fat. It's a drug you inject into a specific area of the body. It targets that fat in that specific area and gets rid of it. So the Hyaluron pen is good for, like I said, fillers. You can do it to do lip fillers. You can do crow's feet, different wrinkles and fine lines on the face. You can fill with that. So the difference between traditional fillers and fillers with the Hyaluron pen, you're not going to get that huge swelling that you get with regular needle fillers. You're not going to get the bruising. You're not going to get the huge lumps or bumps. You cannot cause an artery occlusion or any type of occlusion for that matter with the Hyaluron pen, so it's a little bit safer, way less painful. I have done needle fillers as well as fillers with the Hyaluron pen. It's like day and night, huge difference, especially if you're someone like me who hates needles. I do not want to be stabbed in the face 30 times and bleed all over the place. So it's a huge pro that you don't have to be injected. So instead of using a needle, it uses a tiny little hole on the tip of an ampule, and the pen uses pressurized air to inject that hyaluronic acid or dissolver, whatever it is that you're using, into the skin. And it's only strong enough to go to a certain layer, so like I said, a lot safer. On the pain scale, way less. Honestly, getting needle fillers, for me personally, I would say the pain level is about a 7 or 8. It's pretty bad. And then when you get fillers with the Hyaluron pen, I would say like a 1 or less. It's not bad at all. It just kind of feels like you're being smacked with a rubber band on your lips or wherever it is that you're getting it. Not bad at all. Also, with the Hyaluron pen, the price of getting fillers is a lot less expensive than traditional needle fillers. For one syringe of a traditional needle filler, you're gonna pay, depending where you go, around $500 or more. I pay $525 for one syringe when I go do mine. With Hyaluron pen fillers, you're gonna pay, it really depends where you go. Sometimes it's around $150 all the way up to $300 for 1 ml, which is still a lot less than you would pay with traditional fillers. Also, the thing that I've noticed, which a lot of people like, if you get fillers with the Hyaluron pen, it's going to be a lot more natural looking as opposed to someone who gets needle fillers. You can kind of tell if someone gets those type of fillers. It just has a little bit more of a dramatic look. The Hyaluron pen gives a little bit more of a natural look. So girls who just want a little volume or a little hydration, I would say go for the Hyaluron pen because it's not going to be super dramatic. It's going to look like your natural lips. And like I was saying, the other really cool thing about the Hyaluron pen is you can use it to do fat dissolvers. So you can get rid of a double chin, you can do someone's underarms, you can do someone's tummy or thighs. It works really well. It depends how much excess body fat is in the area that you're working on that specific person will kind of, sorry, there was a little fly right here. It will kind of let you know how many sessions you need to do on that person. There's no specific amount that is for every person because everyone is different. Obviously, someone with a little bit less fat is gonna only need 1 or 2 sessions, but typically I suggest everyone to do 4 sessions of whatever area you're working on. It's gonna dissolve the most fat and give you those permanent results that you want. So fat dissolvers are comparable to another treatment that most people are more familiar with, which is called Kybella. It is also a fat dissolving treatment that is injected with needles. That one you inject, it burns really bad, and I've actually had a lot of people say they didn't get as good results with that as they did when they come use the fat dissolver, which is crazy because some people think if you are getting it injected with a needle, for some reason it's going to go deeper and work better. Not necessarily the case. It doesn't really matter which method you use to inject it. What matters is how your body reacts to it. So you're pretty much injecting it into the same layer that you would with using needles, using the Hyaluron pen. So honestly, it doesn't really matter. Like I said, I've had tons of clients that come in to me to get fat dissolvers with the Hyaluron pen who have gone and done Kybella and paid $600 to do a tiny area like under their chin, and they say that they didn't have any results and it hurt like hell. You also get super swollen with using that method because, again, of the needles. You get really bruised. A lot of people say you look like a bullfrog because your neck will blow up from being injected so many times. So just something to take into consideration if you don't want all the pain and stabbing and bruising and lumps with needle injections. So when talking about fat dissolvers, I know a lot of people will ask how long does it take until you see results. So Kybella, you get injected, you start to see results within 3 to 4 weeks, as opposed to the fat dissolvers with the Hyaluron pen, you will immediately see results finishing the treatment. So as you're walking out, you're going to start to see and feel that area getting smaller and tighter. You will continue to see results, the results progressing for up to 2 weeks, and then you can go ahead and get another treatment every 2 weeks with the fat dissolvers. Hopefully when it comes to the filler side of the Hyaluron pen, I don't really need to explain that too much. It's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you use it to get bigger lips, fill in spots that need a little bit more hyaluronic acid. Also, another thing to take into consideration, I know a lot of people are afraid to get fillers because they're afraid of the word acid in the name. That's literally what your lips is naturally made of, so it's nothing to be concerned about. So I recorded a few clips on my phone. Sorry if it doesn't look as clear or that part of it is a little blurry. I didn't use my camera. Like I said, I used the phone, so it might look a little bit different. But I recorded a few different pins to show you guys and which chair I prefer to use when doing the treatment. Again, my chair is a little more on the expensive side, but I like it because you can move it to where you want your client positioned to make your job easier so you're not bending over and hurting your back. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you the difference in pens. So this is a normal Hyaluron pen. This is the most popular pen. This is pretty much what everyone uses. There are different types though, like I said, but this one's pretty easy to use. You just twist it all the way up before you load it, and then you can see your measuring is here. Your measurements are here, so you know how much you're going to inject per injection. Your lever is here, so you'll hear that click, and then the button is on top ready to release the piston. This is one of my favorite pens. It's pretty easy to use, like I said. There are tons of different pens you can try out. This is another pen that I have. It's the same exact pen, but it has my logo on it. So you can get these custom made with your logo on it or your name or whatever you want on the pen. Same exact thing, you just twist it, the measurements are there. Now, this is a different pen. So this pin is going to be a little bit stronger than the regular pin, this one. This pin is called the Teresa pin. So it looks a little bit different. It doesn't have a lever. So this is a manual pin. So like I said, with the regular pins, you just measure it by moving the chamber, and then you lift that lever. When you hear that click, it's ready, you inject it. So when you're working on a client, every time you're about to inject, you would measure, click, and then inject. As opposed to with this pin, pros and cons to everything, right? So this one, like I said, is a little bit stronger, so it's gonna penetrate a little bit deeper and go deeper into the dermis. But the only thing with this is it takes a little bit longer because you have to place it inside of here and then push it down, and now it's loaded and ready to be injected. So con with this one is you have to come back and forth and put it inside here to load it for the next injection. And like I said, you do have to load and measure between every injection. So having to come back and forth to put it in here obviously is going to double the amount of time that it takes to do whatever treatment you're doing. So personal preference, I love these ones. It's a lot faster, a lot easier to use. Now, the other thing you're going to need when using a Hyaluron pen is the ampules. You cannot do any service, no matter what it is, without ampules. So you need your pen, the ampules, and you can use these ampules to do dermal fillers, or you can use it to do fat dissolvers. So if you're going to do fillers, the only other thing you would need is the filler itself. So you would take the filler from here, put it in the ampule, load the pen, and then start your treatment. If you were going to do fat dissolvers, then you get whatever label or brand you like of fat dissolvers. You get this little attachment right here. So you screw the ampule onto here, pull the solution out, and use the pen the same exact way. These pens also come in all different colors, so you can literally customize it. They usually have like about 10 to 15 colors to choose from. I usually go with this pink color. It's kind of like a rose gold almost, but a little more pink. And or I do full black or black and gold. I only offer 3 colors to my clients, but you can get whatever color you want. I have seen red ones, I've seen yellow ones, tons of different colors, so totally up to you. Also, you don't need much of anything else besides somewhere for them to sit. You can use a regular massage table like most people, or you can use a fancy chair like this one that I have. This is my favorite chair because it's really comfortable. You can put this part up or down. The arm pieces move to make it more accessible to your client. Also, it has this little control so you can move the seat back and forth or up and down. Just up to you, not a necessity, but having a comfortable chair and also a chair that moves, it makes your job a lot easier because you can position the client to wherever you feel comfortable, so you're not bending over or breaking your back when you're working on them. That's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe, please. I'm kind of just starting on here. This is a new channel, so I'm hoping it will start to grow, and I will continue to post new videos and more information for you guys on anything that you want. Just a quick little rundown. If anyone has any questions or would like me to make a video on a different service, I do body sculpting, I do plasma fibroblast, the Hyaluron pen and fillers like we just talked about. I do also M-Sculpt and spray tanning. I've done microblading, lash extensions, pretty much anything you guys want to know about, let me know. I am making a list of ideas of the videos that I am going to put up next, so I have tons of ideas for you guys, but if somebody wants to see something specific, just leave a comment and I will go ahead and make that video for you.